this is my problem. I'm like, I'm gonna unhaul all these books. I don't need them. Get them off my shelf. And then I look at it and I'm like, but it has a pretty cover.
Come out, Virginia, what you waiting for? What you waiting for? What you waiting for? Got your ball gown on and you lock the door, and you lock the door, and you lock the door.
Hello everyone, my name is Andrew. If you don't know me, you should go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, all that. Stick around for a while. But today I'm going to be doing a kind of last minute video. I have some books that I wanted to unhaul, so I'm just going to share with you guys those books that I don't want anymore, books that I DNF'd, books that I don't think I'm going to continue series, all that kind of stuff. So I'll tell you why I'm getting rid of them as I go through them, but that's pretty much what this video is about, so let's just get into it. Here's the first one. So I'm going to be getting rid of Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa. This one is a ARC. I didn't get it like when it first came out as an ARC. I just had found it at a used bookstore, and they just give these out if they're an ARC. So nobody wanted it. I guess whoever had it originally had gave it to the used bookstore. Used bookstores can't sell them, so I got it. And I don't think I'm going to get to it. I did read some Julie Kagawa that I have in this haul as well, another of her books that I didn't really enjoy, so I don't think that I'm gonna continue going into her works because they just weren't for me and I didn't really find that much enjoyment in them. So I think I'm gonna say bye to this one for sure. Another ARC that again I didn't buy, but it is just an ARC copy, I just happen to get that kind of copy, is Bring Me Their Hearts by Sarah Wolf. I haven't had this one. I think I've had it for maybe a year, but I haven't had it for like that long, like 3 years or something. But it just doesn't seem that interesting to me anymore. I do go back and I reread the synopsis and I'm like, okay, I see why I picked it up, I see why I went ahead and took it, but it honestly doesn't seem like something I'll get to anytime soon. So I don't think I need to hold on to it if I'm not actually gonna read it, and that's pretty much what I'm trying to do with this unhaul, is clear out space so I can get more books and actually make sure I'm reading the books that I want to and not just holding on to all these books just because. The next one is Floating Underwater by Tracy Shawn. This one was an advanced copy and I did get this one from the publisher. I did read it. I think I gave it 3 stars. It is a thriller that had some magical realism in it. I don't really like magical realism like in adult fiction. I'd rather just read a fantasy, so it definitely wasn't my cup of tea. I don't like thrillers either, so all in all it kind of had a lot of the things that I don't typically like. But again, I did read it, so it wasn't a waste of my time and it was enjoyable to a certain extent, but I don't think I'll read it again, so I might as well just get rid of it. Okay, so the series that I was talking about by Julie Kagawa, I read The Iron King. This is the first one in the Iron Fae trilogy, and I have the other books as well. I like that these colors are so vibrant and so pretty, but I don't think I'm gonna continue this series. Especially considering the fact that I DNF'd this one and got about 150 pages in and realized that it's not something that I was really that into and I didn't want to finish it. I just had so many other things that I could be spending my time on, so I didn't want to finish it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it along with the Iron Daughter and the Iron Queen because I don't think I'm ever going to finish this series. Another series that I'm sad to see go, and I can't decide if maybe I do want to hang on to them or not, but that is the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin, the Obelisk Gate, also in the same series, and the Stone Sky in the same trilogy. So I did read the 5th season. I think I gave it 3 stars. I read this whole book and I remember it took me a long time. At a lot of the points in the book I felt like it was dragging, the pacing was odd. And it wasn't odd, I guess it was just slow, which is okay. But I didn't connect with the characters enough to be able to be patient with the pacing. Like, it wasn't interesting to me at certain points. I like the idea of it, like the premise of it, and the world building is really cool. I like that it's centered more around adults because I do like to read adult fantasy. But for some reason, I just didn't vibe with the book like I thought I would. So I think I'm going to go ahead and give up because it's been about probably like at least 6 months, maybe 8 to a year since I read this book, and I have felt no urge to read the next 2 at all. So I think I'm gonna say goodbye to these very sadly because I don't want to, but I think I have to. One book I am okay with letting go of and kind of happy to see it go is Guild by Raven Kennedy, the first book in the Plated Prisoner series. So it's not a secret that I don't like this book. It's not anything new. If you've heard me talk about Guild, you know that I did not enjoy this book. This one just had some topics that was mainly sexual assaults that I felt was unneeded in the book and was too much, overdone, not handled right, all of the above. I didn't get what the author was trying to do. So it's not for me. The series was just too much for me. I don't think I'll ever pick up another Raven Kennedy book. And I just didn't like it. So this one is gonna go. This one has got to go, and I'm okay with that. I don't know how I missed this one, but The Immortals by Julie Kagawa. Yeah, another Julie Kagawa that I don't think I'm gonna read because I didn't really like her style. It just wasn't my thing, wasn't my cup of tea. So I don't know. Should I give her another chance? See, this is my problem. I'm like, I'm gonna unhaul all these books. I don't need them. Get them off my shelf. And then I look at it and I'm like, but it has a pretty cover. But maybe I'll like it. And then I get stuck with the books. But no, I said I'm gonna unhaul it. I don't think I'm gonna read it. So I'm not gonna keep it around. I'm not. It's going. It's going. Me convincing myself that I'm actually gonna get rid of these books. A pretty popular book I have that I haven't read, I've had it for like probably 2 to 3 years. This is one of the books I had when I first started BookTube that I saw a lot of people talking about, and I was like, oh, I need that, I'm gonna love it. And it's Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. I have heard so much about this book, and I've heard mixed things. Like, I hear people say that it's brilliant and they love it. I hear people say that they didn't like it and it was boring. So I don't know what to believe. I know the best way to see if you like a book is obviously to read it and try it out, which I did try to start it and I wasn't that invested, so I don't know. This one is probably the only one that would be a maybe, because I remember I was so happy when I bought this book because it's brand new. It's a perfectly clean copy. I was so happy to buy it back, you know, when I started my channel and was like, yay, I can do a book haul or something. So I've had it for a while, but you know, I just never feel like drawn to pick it up, and I feel like that is an indicator that I don't need it maybe. So this one's a maybe, but if you have read it, let me know if it's good. Should I keep it? Is it worth it? Let me know. Recently, I think like last month or in January, I also DNF'd The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. After some consideration, having some time away from my DNF, I don't really think I want to pick it up again. I don't really care. I wasn't invested with the characters. I didn't connect with any of them too much. I didn't care about them maybe romance that was gonna happen. So I'm kind of just done before I even got started on this series. So I think I will save my time, pick up some other books, and go ahead and get rid of this one. So I have this book. It's Shielded by Kaylin Flanders. I think I won this book in like a giveaway contest or something, and this copy is really cool because it has black sprayed edges. It is signed by the author. I think it was like a Fairy Loot or one of those book boxes special editions, but I don't have any desire to pick it up. I don't even know what it's about. It's honestly one that's just been sitting on my shelf taking up space, so I don't feel bad letting this one go because I haven't even heard anything about it either, so I don't think I'm going to be missing anything super special, so this one's going away too. I got this one more recently, Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon. I did talk about this one in one of my wrap-ups, I think in January, when I read the book. I didn't like it as much as I thought I would. I didn't like it enough to keep it. Like, I don't have any sentimental value that would make me want to pick it up again or would make me want to keep it on my shelf. I do have still her other books, Everything, and The Sun Is Also a Star, because I did really like those. But this one by Nicola Yoon, like I've said in my wrap-up, it just didn't connect with me, and I didn't like it as much as I wanted to, so I'm okay with letting it go, and maybe somebody else will like it more, giving somebody else a chance to read it. Just, it's not for me. I'm not gonna read it again. So I have 2 more books. One of them is Shadow Frost by Coco Ma. This is a book I got from Fae Crate in a book box. It was the first time I ever bought a Fae Crate monthly box, and this was a book that came with it. I hadn't heard about it. I haven't heard much since, and I thought by now I would have picked it up if I really wanted to read it. I remember I did start it. Again, it's signed and everything, but I didn't, whenever I started it, it didn't really hit me. It wasn't something I could see myself like really super loving. So So I DNF'd it basically after like maybe a chapter and never talked about it, never heard anything about it like I said, so I'm getting rid of this one. And the last book that I am sad to see go, and this one I'm kind of debating as well, is Get a Life Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. I think I have the next book in this series, so if I really like that one I might want this so I could have all of them, but I read this one on audiobook and I didn't like it too much. I think it was a 3.5 star for me. It wasn't the best romance I've ever read, it wasn't the worst book ever, it was just okay. So I definitely don't have any attachment to it. Like if I lost it or something I wouldn't care. I don't think I'm gonna read it again, but again, just because I feel like I may like the second or third book better and want all of them is the only reason I would keep it. So I might try out the second book. If I really like it I might keep them together, but if not I'm gonna let these books go, sadly, but you know, it has to happen. We need more room on my shelves for new books that I need to give a chance to because I've already read this one, so that's my thought process on this one. Okay, so that's all the books I'm gonna be getting rid of right now. Maybe in a couple months I'll have another pile of books to unhaul, but that's pretty much it. I'll probably be donating these to like Half Price Books or something, which is not actually donating because I'll probably get money, but if not, I'll probably just take them to a used bookstore or something, so we'll see what happens, but they will be leaving my library pretty soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if any of these are ones that you like that maybe I should keep and should try to read. I would love to know if any of these are worth keeping, but that's pretty much all I have to say. So I have my social media link down below if you want to check that out, my Twitter, TikTok, Bookstagram, all of that. I also have some ways you can help support the channel, like my Ko-fi or my Amazon wishlist if you want to send me a book. But that's all I have to say, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!